Hello, everybody, and welcome back! ADS is back after a 2-week break. We're here at Texas Motor Speedway for race number 5 of the season, the O'Reilly 300. Everybody's still here, everybody in the same rides, pretty much. Not much happened during those 2 weeks, but everybody's been antsing, been a bit antsy, been ready to get this little show on the road for the second series of RMS, to get back out on the racetrack and develop their skills and see if anybody can defeat Ryan Skerritt in the 49. We'll see if he can get back-to-back wins here at Texas today. But anyways, let's get through your starting lineup. On pole is Junior Martin, Skerritt's teammate. To his outside is Mark McDowell. Martin almost was a tenth of a second faster than everybody else in qualifying, but nonetheless, he dominated qualifying. In row 2 is Pureps Javastava and Patrick Raven. Row 3 is Angel Gutierrez and Robert Phantom, starting in the 07. He's been starting in the 07 all year, but I think this is his best qualifying effort, 6th place so far this season. Anthony McClure and Maria Tagoa, both teammates in row 4. Row 5 is Murdoch Mercy and Samuel Levester. Row 6 is David Stevenson and Carson Townsend. Row 7 is Mark Millens and Grace Sachs. Oh, right, it's Milan's. Madison Lockport and Ryan Skerritt. Skerritt starting 16th here in row 8. Row 9 is Jackson Ryda and Bart Seiler. Row 10 is Colt Scott and Riley Pearson. Row 11 is Tsukamoto Kazuko and Kyler Sistri. Row 12 is Abby Buchanan. I believe she's the only ADS regular to win so far this season. It's all been RMS regulars so far. And to her outside is Manuel Martin, who came so close to winning a race this season. He's still looking for that first career win in ADS. Karen Zips and Dick Patrick, I believe we're in row 13 now. Row 14 is Brody Williamson and Sally Patrick. Row 15 is George Bryan and Peter Onjak. Row 16 is Larry Eagleton and Ricky Percat. Row 17 is Alan Park and Carl Reynolds. Row 18 is Nathan Buchanan and Neil Dick. Row 19 is Burt Brayton, and to his outside is Aaron Pulaski. Row 20 is Lucen Reyes, and I may have lied a little bit. Bandon Gallagher is now in the 04 due to a long suspension for Logan Paharchik. He did some stuff at Bristol that was really bad. So Gallagher is now in the 04 for now. And in the final row, we got Jeffrey Boyd and Hector Garcia. Garcia did not set a lap at all. That's why he's starting 42nd and last. That's it with your starting lineup. Let's get this race underway.
Drivers, to your cars.
And there the engines fire up. And now we're rolling. For the first time in 2 weeks, these drivers will be racing. They've just been kind of, well, probably not sitting around. I mean, some of these are RMS regulars, so they've been racing pretty non-stop for the past 2 weeks. But most of these drivers have been racing with those RMS regulars in part-time occasions. Of course, Anthony McClure. Dick Patrick made one start at Atlantis. Tsukamoto Kazuko tried to make a race. And Logan Paharchik, of course, being suspended and all. He made Bristol. That's why he's suspended. But anyways, Junior Martin and Mark McDowell, they're going to lead the field to green, and we're underway. And Martin gets a great jump off the start. He's going to easily clear McDowell into turn 1, as McDowell is going to clear Pureps Javastava for second. Martin's been pretty fast all weekend. He won the pole. He led the practice session, as Javastava might be in trouble losing third. Here comes Angel Gutierrez, and here comes Mark McDowell. He wants to lead lap number 1. He got a huge run down the backstretch. Drag race to the line. McDowell is going to lead lap number 1. Just barely over Martin, as he's going to fall back now on the outside. Gutierrez is going to try to get around him for second, and he will do that. He'll clear the 48 machine. It looks like Martin will settle into second. Gutierrez looks like he might have a huge run here. Thinking about maybe going to the inside. He's got some room there. He does. He'll try to make the move for the lead, just like McDowell the previous lap. It's going to be a drag race to the line, and Gutierrez is going to lead that lap. just barely over McDowell, and it's an intense start to the race. 2 lead changes already. Very good racing to start off Texas, and it looks like Gutierrez will be able to hold on to his lead for now. I may have spoken too soon. Here comes McDowell again, but I don't think he has enough of a run this time, so Gutierrez will lead lap number 2 as the field sort of gets single filed out up front. Here is Anthony McClure fighting for third now in the 54, trying to get around Martin, who's been holding on to third for now ever since he fell back, and it looks like we got caution flag number 1 today so far, and Dick Patrick's dead. Okay, cool. Ricky Percat heavy damage as well, and so does Geoff Jordan. It looks like a 3-car incident, heavily damaged race cars, and that is our first caution of the day. Gutierrez across the line first. Let's see what happened. So yeah, Dick Patrick blows up on the front stretch, and he's in a bit of trouble here. Geoff Jordan is, at least, on the inside, plows into the back of him. So does Bandit Gallagher. He kind of got some damage in that. Ricky Percat had nowhere to go. He gets involved as well. Burt Brayton, I think, also got some damage in that. And that's what happened there. So Dick Patrick blows up, and the drivers behind him have nowhere to go because there's no room for Dick Patrick to get off the racing line, I guess. He didn't want to go in the grass, so that's why we're under caution for the first time today. Alright, and we got some pit stops here. Gutierrez leading a couple cars onto pit road. Mark McDowell, though, staying out. It looks like he's the only car staying out here for now, as Gutierrez heads onto pit road. Looking for a good finishing result for that 93. It hasn't been one of the best cars this season at all for any means. They've kind of struggled in that car. I mean, it's a new team as well, as everybody gets a fresh set of tires, and probably some fuel as well. And it looks like Zips is going to win the race off of pit road. Maybe some pit strategy there for Terran Zips. Gonna easily win the race off of pit road. Looks like definitely a mix of strategies here. Abby Buchanan now up front as well. Some side damage to her car for some reason. And that'll definitely shuffle up the field. I'm not sure what strategy Zips went it with, but Gutierrez will fall back to third, Stravostova to fourth, McClure to fifth, and McDowell decided to stay out, so he's on a very interesting strategy of his own. And he's the new leader here at Texas. Lights are out on the pace car. We're getting ready for the first restart of the day. Mark McDowell stayed out. He's on older tires compared to everybody else. Zips had a pretty quick pit stop. He's now in second. Might have taken 2 tires instead of 4. Gutierrez back to third. Stravostova fourth. Anthony McClure fifth. Abby Buchanan also with a quick pit stop. She is now in sixth place. In 7th is Murdoch Mercy. 8th is Junior Martin. 9th is Mark Milans. And Gray Sachs rounds out your top 10 here today. As going down the back stretch. McDowell has looked pretty fast so far to start the race, but we'll see how fast he is on those older tires, as the pace car should be coming in this time by. 2 cars, of course, out of the race, that being Dick Patrick and Ricky Percat. Percat win last car if you keep track of that stuff. As the pace car is going to pull in this time by Mark McDowell. We'll see how fast he is on those older tires compared to the rest of the field. He's going to get the green flag this time by, and we're back underway. And he gets a little bit of a jump on Zips there, but here comes Angel Gutierrez trying to pick up second place off the start. And Zips looks like he'll get shuffled back on the outside. As here comes Stravostova, here comes McClure as well. Gonna shuffle out the 53, and looks like Gutierrez might get shuffled out as well. Stravostova fighting for second. He's gonna go for it all, as McDowell is gonna lead the lap. Barely hanging on to his lead, but it looks like Stravostova's got a really fast car. Does he have room? Oh, he's gonna bump another way! And Purev Stravostova is gonna grab the lead. New leader here at Texas. McClure now moves up into second place. trying to get clear of the 13, and he will. Here comes Gutierrez as well, gonna get around the 13. And that might be trouble for McDowell. He's now no longer the leader. And he's got a lot of fast cars to deal with right behind him, and he might fall like a rock as the caution flag is out once again, and it's a mess on the front stretch. As we saw a little bit of a glimpse there, I'm not sure who is... Oh, it's a huge one. Oh, that's a lot of cars involved. George Bryan is on this roof. Scarrett's got some damage. Hector Garcia, Bandit Gallagher, Burt Brayton, Jeffrey Boyd is blown up. Manuel Martin heavy damage. That was the big one. Cara Reynolds involved as well. Madison Lockport. Let's see what happened. So, I believe Sally Patrick up on the outside line. Looks like Lockport's gonna slide up and make contact with Patrick. And 3 wide at that moment with Nathan Buchanan. And that's gonna send Sally Patrick into the outside wall. And Madison Lockport getting involved as well. Peter Onjak. Looks like he might have gotten some damage in that as well. And, oh, Onjak's going to come down into Ryan Scarrett. Spin him around. And right behind, Patrick Madison Lockport is going to collect a bunch of other drivers. So, yeah, Lockport sideways is going to collect Martin and collect Colt Scott, Cara Reynolds. Hector Garcia is going to pile up. Aaron Pulaski as well. There's George Bryan, and he's going to go up and over. Flip upside down. Take a couple tumbles. Larry Eagleton gets involved. So does Neil Dick. Owen Park involved as well. I mean, it's just a multi-car incident that's going to take out multiple drivers as George Bryan goes for a little bit of a wild ride. Colt Scott destroyed. He has to go get towed back to the garage. And already 2 quick cautions here to start off our Texas race. It's a huge one. It looks like everybody's going to be pitting this time by, including Mark McDowell. So that caution was very helpful for him. He's going to be pitting. And also Taryn Zips as well, probably, and Abby Buchanan, even though her teammates got involved in that huge accident. As everybody follows Purab Srivastava down pit road, and into his pit stall he goes. As everybody once again gets a fresh set of tires, and McClure is already out. Quick pit stop. Gray Sacks as well. Might have been fuel only for some of these drivers. Yeah, it seems like that might be the case. As some of the other drivers taking almost three wide out of pit road with the Canadian Autosport teammates, and that is once again pit stop's going to really shuffle up the field. And the young Anthony McClure is now going to be the new leader. Oh, he was not happy with Eagleton. Those are teammates there, folks. So, Sustry's getting out of his stall. Buchanan, I think Pearson's trying to get into her stall, and they all make contact, and it's just average in our activities. So, like... And Buchanan almost flips, but he got towed back to his stall. Alright, after that massive accident, we're getting ready to go back green here. The pit strategies continue to get mixed up. Anthony McClure now the leader, Gray Sacks in second, I believe. They probably only took fuel only, most of these drivers in the top 5. I think Srivastava took tires. And he's the first one on newer tires, so definitely some interesting pit strategies here. As McClure leads, as drivers rev up their engines, the pace car will head to pit road here soon. A lot of drivers out of that incident. Jeffrey Boyd, Hector Garcia, Carl Reynolds, George Bryan, of course, went flipping. Manuel Martin, Sally Patrick, Colt Scott, and Bandit Gallagher in his first start for Race Gaze as the green flag is back out. McClure still leading. Doesn't really get a great jump on Gray Sachs at all, and Sachs is immediately looking for the lead here into turn 1. Got some room on the inside. Here comes the number 3 machine with Junior Martin right behind. They're going to be side by side heading down the backstretch. McClure trying to hang on with everything he has, and it looks like he'll lose that battle. 3 wide here for a second. Jackson right out of nowhere, as McClure will fall back some more, and even more. Goodness gracious. Those old tires really not helping him whatsoever, as Sachs is now the new leader, starting to pull away a bit from Rida as Junior Martin gets shuffled out of the outside line. Stravostova all over the back bumper of Rida, looking to get around him. He'll peek down to the inside, got some room, and the number 6 looking to move up into second, and he will. Gonna try to chase down his young teammate. There comes Gutierrez as well, and Murdoch Mercy, who's been quietly in the top 10 for most of the race, now in the top 5. And Stravostova gained a ton of time here on Sachs. Looking down to the inside, he's got a run down the back stretch. And Stravostova, who led most of the race until that caution came out, he's looking to get his lead back quickly, and it looks like he'll clear Gray Sachs off of turn 4. Mercy looking to get 3rd place over Gutierrez. Still side by side. And not quite clear yet. Still not quite clear yet. Gutierrez is really fighting on the outside, as Brody Williamson joins the top 5 as well. The 60 machine had a great run at North Wilkesboro with his 2nd place behind Ryan Scarrett. Carson Townsend as well, teammate of Williamson. Patrick Raven now enters the top 10 as well, as Stravostova starts to pull away here. He has a really fast 6 car underneath him right now. Robert Phantom also in the top 10, shout out to him. Maria Tagoa fighting with Tsukamoto Kazuko for that 10th place spot. Junior Martin right there behind, who fell back a ton. There's Anthony McClure right behind as well, trying to hang on to his 12th place right now over Abby Buchanan. And it looks like he will, for now at least. But those old tires definitely affecting him to start off this run, as tags will fall all the way back behind Junior Martin, so she'll drop a couple positions. Phantom currently fighting with his teammate, as here comes Mercy into 2nd place. Murdoch Mercy, the 95, moving up into 2nd place, right behind Stravostova, as Stravostova now has a massive lead, half a second lead, and he currently holds the fastest lap, so he's got a really fast race car today. Williamson up into 3rd place now, trying to get around Sachs, who Sachs is also on those older tires, so that's probably affecting him. Those tires finally wearing out somewhat, and everybody managing to get around him. Jackson Rida, not Jackson Brown. That's a different driver. Looks like he'll clear, so will Townsend. And Phantom as well, also trying to get around him. Field kind of getting more spread apart after those 2 quick cautions, as here comes Townsend fighting for 4th over Jackson Rida. And he will clear. Former RMS driver looking to rebound his career, or restart his career. Phantom also getting cleared, teammate right behind. Patrick Raven as well. Outside line really not helping these drivers a lot. If you get on the outside line, you're going to fall like a rock a bit. Mercy sort of is closing up on the 6, but Stravostova has a really fast race car right now. Buchanan back out on the racetrack, so is looks like Carlos Sistra as well. Some of the slower cars. Scarrett just trying to bring it home in one piece. Looks like he won't three-peat today. Do we have another driver retirement? No, I guess not. Riley Pearson is back out as well, or not, I don't know. I didn't notice the 00 anyway. Raven into 5th place. He gets around Phantom, and it looks like Kazuko will also get around Phantom. And almost got underneath Patrick Raven there. She might have enough momentum to be able to. No, not quite. Not quite enough momentum to do that. So the field sort of gets single-filed out here as the long run continues. Levester slowly making his way towards the top 10 in 13th. Looks like McClure has dropped back some more. He's back to 16th. Just trying to bring that car home in one piece, I guess, now. So is Milan's. And also Zips and Stevenson, they were also up front for a bit. I guess all those fuel-only strategies not really working out under this green flag run. Here comes Angel Gutierrez trying to get around Jackson Ryder. But Ryder looks like he'll hang out on the outside. And yeah, Srivastava just has a really fast car, and nobody's been able to beat him so far. Still got a long way to go till the checkered flag. They're probably going to have to pit a couple other times. And we'll see if we'll get another caution here. We probably will, with how insane this race started off. Tagola looks like she's going to be fighting with Gutierrez. Can't quite get to the inside of the 93. Looks like we've got side-by-side Phantom and Raven for the top 5, 5th place. And Phantom, looking for a strong run this season, really hasn't had the best of luck. And he's doing pretty well so far this race. Trying to get clear of Phantom, but Phantom fights back on the high side, and looks like the 07 will clear the 17, as Kazuko is going to close up on these two. Tsukamoto Kazuko looking for a strong run as well, as she closes up on the back of the 17. Looks like she's trying to get around him. Thought about it. Mercy looks like he closed up a bit on Srivastava. No, never mind. He lost it all. Not really much action happening right now. At least in the top 10. Looks like Tagola has fallen back a bit into the clutches of Junior Martin and Mark McDowell. And Ruby Kinnan as well. It's just like Modern Texas, nothing ever happens. Sachs is still chilling inside the top 10, actually, but under threat from Levester. We got a really good run out of turn 4. Might have a chance to get by Sachs here into turn 1. Moves him up the hill a bit. And Levester now fighting with Sachs. Sachs is holding strong on the outside line now. See those tires really wearing out, and is now on that outside line to do some stuff, but didn't really last too long, and Sachs is going to fall outside of the top 10. Here comes Tagola as well, trying to get around Levester. McDowell and Junior Martin fighting behind as well. Field really spreading out up front here as Srivastava continues to dominate. Looking to continue the streak of RMS Rangers winning an ADS. His teammate won in the 6 machine to start off the season, that being Michael Parsons, his teammate and team owner, and he's almost got a second lead. Mercy losing a lot of time. Going up the high side, seems like he's struggling in that 95 right now. No mechanical issues or anything, so yeah, that 95 setup really not working out right now for him, as that's going to allow Williamson to close up. Maybe Brody Williamson can get another second place for the second straight race in a row. But we'll stay right behind the other green and yellow car. I just realized, same color palette. Looks like the leaders might be approaching some lap traffic, that being Madison Lockport. Not really slow enough to affect anything. I don't think any of these drivers are really slow enough to be parked right now currently, but we'll see. Almost coming up on 30 to go, I believe. And besides the start, it's been pretty calm under the Screen Flight run. As Stravostova continues to grow his lead. McDowell all over the back bumper of Sachs right now, looking for a way to get by him. Might peek down to the inside. There's no room on the inside. It'll stay right behind the 3. And Stravostova now has over a second lead right now, as he's coming up on 30 laps to go. Let's talk about domination. I mean, there's a reason why he's in this ride. He was pretty good here last season at our first, RMS's first ever appearance here at Texas, as there's Eagleton onto pit road. Might be a sign of pit stops coming. Scheduled pit stop for him, as Williamson is trying to get around Mercy right now, trying to pick up second place once again. But Mercy is fighting back, as Stravostova will easily get around Lockport. Still fighting with Mercy. Mercy is really fighting on the outside line. Not letting Williamson get around that easily, but it looks like he might be able to clear on the front stretch, and he will. And that's allowed Townsend to close up, try to get third place to himself, but Mercy will fight back on the outside. He's got the better run. He might be able to clear out of turn 3, and he will. Or excuse me, turn 2, not turn 3. Another lap car in the distance, that being Kowalski, that Stravostova will have to deal with. And while these drivers right behind will have to deal with Madison Lockport, as they come up on her quickly. Williamson is going to get around her. So is Mercy. So those two will... Well, not quite yet. Lockport kind of fighting back on the outside through the corners, and that battle did not last so long. Looks like the top 4 is easily going to get around her. Still no sign of any of the drivers on the lead lap pitting, and as I spoke too soon. Here comes Stravostova onto pit road. Mercy also coming in. Phantom, Kazuko. But Williamson decided to stay out, so the 60 will stay out maybe another lap or so. It depends on how long he's willing to go. Townsend also staying out as well. We'll see if they come in this time by. And it looks like that is the case. Here comes Williamson, here comes Townsend, Patrick Raven, Gutierrez, Jackson Ryda. Is anybody going to be staying out? No, nobody. Everybody's coming in this time by, I guess. Alright. Maybe a couple cars are staying out. There's Stravostova. Getting back out on the racetrack. I'll probably easily beat the drivers that stayed out, that being Williamson and Townsend. We'll see here. Looks like Ryda's done with his pit stop. Raven's out. And there's Williamson on the apron. Here comes Stravostova, and that will easily... Yep, Stravostova easily won that battle. But Williamson will swap back into second place. So Stravostova should easily get the lead back. And it's a pretty huge lead once again. Still holding the fastest lap is the 6 machine. Townsend falls back into 4th place. Now Kazuko, good pit stop into 5th place. She goes. And Jackson Ryda back into the top 10 as well, so that's kind of shuffled up the field a bit, but not really that much. Stravostova closing up on some lap traffic. But almost a 2-second lead for him right now. Oh my goodness. It's absolute domination today for Purab Stravostova. Maybe that's a sign he'll do well in the RMS race tomorrow, as here comes Mercy to the inside, trying to get second place back. Williamson looks like he might be able to hang on, though. And he will defend his second place, for now at least. As they come across the line, coming up almost on 20 laps to go. Mercy tries again on the inside. But no, Williamson will hang on once again. As Stravostova will easily get around the slow car Pulaski. And continuing to fight for second. I'm at a blind about that. Another lap car in the distance, that being Eagleton. Oh, Eagleton might slow him down a bit. But there's 2 lap cars behind Stravostova right now, so that should slow up Williamson a bit. So it really shouldn't affect the 6 at all. He's going to get held up a bit by Eagleton. It's probably not going to really affect it at all, as we will see what the times are between the drivers. It did affect him a lot. But Williamson is now going to get around 3 lap cars if he wants a chance at the lead. And Stravostova now in clean air. That will probably not do anything. So I guess nothing ever happens as Reyes gets around Eagleton. I don't know how Lucien Reyes ended up a lap down. Williamson slowly closing up on the 2 lap cars. That being Pulaski and Eagleton. They might go side by side here, so that might not be very ideal here for Brody Williamson. And they are side by side, and he has no room to go. That's going to help Stravostova a ton. He'll just follow the 4 for now. And he's going to get around Eagleton and Pulaski. But he lost a lot of time there. Mercy's going to follow what Williamson is doing. Looks like Kazuko's falling down the field. And they're really battling hard behind, so it's a really close race behind here. And it looks like Kazuko lost a ton of positions because of that. And now Mercy is all over the back bumper of Williamson again, as they're going to go at it once again. Almost a 2-second lead again for Stravostova. Side by side here, this should grow his lead some more. Here comes Mercy. Williamson is going to hang on the outside line, though. And Mercy will be able to clear. And now we got a new second place driver, Murdoch Mercy. 1-2 in fastest laps are 1-2 once again in the race. And now it's over a 2-second advantage for Stravostova. Townsend hanging on to a distant 4th place over his teammate, that being Robert Phantom. Then it's Patrick Raven, as these 2 are going to get side by side. I might have spoken too soon on holding on to that 4th place. And Townsend is going to be able to clear his teammate. Raven might be able to clear Townsend as well, heading down into turn 1. Had to lay off a bit. There's Sachs, who's trying to use the outside line to his advantage. Abby Buchanan just chilling here in 8th place right now. I haven't really talked much about her. I don't know how she got into 8th place. Must have had a pretty good pit stop there. Jackson Ryda getting around her. As Kazuko fell out of the top 10. Angel Gutierrez, pole sitter Junior Martin. And it's Levestre teammates, that being Mark McDowell and then Bart Seiler, who zips a bit farther back. Then there's Anthony McClure, who hasn't really recovered at all from his strategy there to pit only for fuel and no tires. Then it's the teammates Peter Onjak and Mark Milans. David Stevenson outside the top 20. You know, just trying to bring the 47 home. Then it's Alan Park, Ryan Scarrett just chilling in 24th. And there's Stravostova. He has lapped all the way up to 25th as he got around Burt Brayton. That's why Mercy gained some time. And he's really pulling away from Williamson, so he's got the second place on lock. If he could just quickly get around the lap traffic, and he's not going to be able to, maybe. I think with this lap traffic, it's going to be really, really difficult for Mercy to catch up to Stravostova, because he just has such a huge lead as he closes up on Nathan Buchanan. Mercy might have a huge second place advantage over Williamson right now, but I don't think he's as fast as Stravostova right now. So coming up on 10 laps to go. Only been 2 cautions in the race, and they were both early in the race as Stravostova closes up on the back bumper of the 59. Buchanan. Not really gonna... Yeah, it's gonna slow him up a bit. But Mercy's got to deal with Lucien Reyes, who has just been kind of chilling right behind Stravostova as he slides up a lot. Mercy slid up a lot in turn 2. That's really going to affect him. But Stravostova is kind of struggling to get around Buchanan, so that might help him. So, gotta take the positives with the negatives, I guess. 10 laps to go for Stravostova on a dominant race right now. Mercy did close up a bit, trying to get around Lucien Reyes, and it's not really working for him right now. Stravostova lost a bit of time on Nathan Buchanan. I don't think Buchanan is that slow, so it's not really affecting him that much. As he goes in on the slower car, Brian Scarrett. Stravostova did gain some time on Mercy there, if only a little bit. But I mean, it doesn't really matter right now. Coming down to the front stretch to lead another lap. Mercy lost some more time there. Stravostova's just been that fast as these drivers. Oh! Phantom got really slowed up by Brayton there as Raven's trying to get around Townsend. Cannot get around the 70. Looks like Tangola has lost this group here a bit. These two fighting for it. Angel Gutierrez and Junior Martin going side by side. Looks like the lap traffic has kind of played a bit. Seiler has fallen way behind his teammate. Still going at it is Kazuko and Gutierrez a bit there. But it looks like Kazuko will hold on to her position. And it looks like Mercy has finally got around Lucien Reyes. Stravostova has gotten around Ryan Scarrett, put him a lap down. And it's a 3-second advantage for Stravostova, so I guess he didn't really get slowed up at all by Scarrett, and now Mercy's got another lap car to deal with. I don't think he's going to be able to catch up to Stravostova in about 5 laps or so. Side by side now with Buchanan, going to put him another lap down. Maybe. And even still, he's still gaining time on Mercy. Must have really saved the tires for this long run. For the 6 machine. Yeah, Mercy's just kind of by himself. Meanwhile, Williamson is losing time. His lead on 4th place, that being Robert Phantom, has vanished pretty much, and he's in trouble losing his 3rd place. Phantom peeking down to the inside, doesn't have any room, but he's all over the back over the 66. Or 60, not 66. Here comes Phantom. To the inside goes the 07. Williamson gonna slide high up the racetrack, and there goes Phantom into 3rd place. Here comes Patrick Raven as well, side by side. His teammate trying to get around him, and he is falling like a rock. He did not save his tires at all. Townsend's also going to get around him. Here comes Gray Sacks as well, and Jackson Ryder. It looks like Williamson might be able to slot here. Oh, no, he can't get down to the inside. Sacks is going to get around him as well. 2 laps to go for Parag Shrivastava. Meanwhile, almost a 4-second lead on Mercy. Got around Allen Park and put him a lap down, so he's lapped up to 22nd, I believe. As he's in turns 3 and 4. And soon he will see the white flag waving this time by. 1 lap to go for Parag Shrivastava on a dominant victory here at Texas in ADS. So it's going to be 4 out of the 5 races won by RMS regulars. If Shrivastava can get back to the checkered flag, not have any issues, and he's going to have no issues at all. Out of turn 4 for the final time. A dominant victory for Parag Shrivastava. He wins the O'Reilly 300. Mercy's going to come in a distant second. Phantom third. Raven Williamson is going to drop all the way back to 8th place, I believe. 7th. He just barely beat Gray Sacks at the line. But that'll end this very wild but also kind of boring race here at Texas. Well, there goes Parag Shrivastava celebrating his dominant victory here at Texas Motor Speedway. Sort of redemption from last year, and he's going to be doing a long burnout to celebrate this one. I thank you all for watching this ADS race replay. We'll be off again next week, but we'll be back at Phoenix, I believe, if I remember correctly, as he goes into the grass to celebrate. And I will see you then for Phoenix. Goodbye! Top 20 in points should be coming up after this.